Welcome back to Play and Talk. And I'm Nornock, and this is Shouthawk841. Some big news first.
Hello.
I am an affiliate. I'm officially an affiliate after a long time. Yeah. Affiliate.
Yeah, it's definitely a good first step though. I mean, people now being able to donate. Definitely for a lot of people, for when they start up their Twitch channels, is definitely being able to get there.
Yeah, and
I always thought that donation was something you could do at the beginning, but apparently I'm now more learning it's only something you can do after you've been on for a while. I guess maybe it's to, I don't know, maybe deal with bots, I guess, though, or maybe just people who are just trying to make money too quickly off the site, which
give me
I
a
guess
second.
that's the...
I got a bit of a server issue. There we go. Sorry about that. I had a bit of a server issue. There we go. I don't know why it does that.
Looks like I'm about to join a game as well, though.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll try to get out of it as soon as I can.
I'm so happy that I'm very, very happy at the fact that I am an affiliate.
Yeah, definitely. It's good for you, man. Glad that you at least got there.
Yeah.
How long have you been on Twitch?
I've been on Twitch for about a couple. First time I streamed was back in 2014, back when the trial thing for Dragon Age Inquisition came out. And I'm doing it.
Like, how long have you been an active streamer? Like,
4 years.
Consistently doing it.
4 years.
Oh, 4 years. Okay.
Yeah, been a long time coming. Been a long time coming.
Yeah, definitely.
And on the news side, there's been little to no news, but the biggest thing, at least for us, since we're really really care about like Marvel and Star Wars, like for example, Black Widow has been announced for November, and the Eternals, early next year in February, I believe.
I guess, though, them delaying it to November seemed that they weren't wanting to take the chance that Universal is going to be doing with Trolls, which is mainly seeing how it does on a direct-to-video platform, which I'm kind of not sure if that's going to work, not mainly because there isn't an interest, but we're at a time where people are now trying to save up their money because they don't know when exactly they'll be getting their jobs again, or if maybe because they're trying to make every paycheck they get as if it's going to be their last. So I'm kind of curious to see for Universal if it was successful there, and if it does succeed, will it follow suit?
Yeah. Yeah. Also, we're in a bit of an event with Apex Legends, revolving around Bloodhound, called The Old Ways. A bit of a new area.
I saw Ashley Clark, I believe the voice actress name is, Allegra Clark, where I saw her posting about it, and I know she was really happy with voicing Bloodhound because it's the first, at least to my knowledge, canonically confirmed binary character I've
non-binary.
Yeah, that's why I said non-binary.
Yeah. And one of the
I don't really think I've ever heard of another character that could be confirmed this month, or even really was there. If someone knows of one, then I'd say, then be my guest to let me know. And I applaud, though, that Apex was willing to take that immediate...
Respawn. Respawn's the people that... Respawn's the people behind not only Titanfall, but also this game. This game, Apex Legends is part of the Thunderfall universe.
Well, I don't really understand much of the non-binary stuff. I do have to say I'm still at least glad, though, that they're still getting love anyway.
I got them.
Well, glad you did, though.
Right, yep.
So far, it was,
Alright.
you got one of them down. Good.
Nice. So Revenant Buddy is making a killing.
Yeah, definitely. I managed to do some damage on on one of the other characters, and the medic person, because again, I still don't remember their names. I suck at that part. At least I was able to put a lot of damage on her, enough to down her, but I wasn't able to get the kill because someone else got it.
Yeah. Oh, the Batista skin for Marcus Felix is back in Gears 5. Not only that, but his wrestling move appears as an execution. It's pretty
Yeah, I saw that one. I really liked it. It was definitely super funny.
Yeah, it's only for the Nasher, the lever action shotgun. If anybody's curious. So funny to see like a total skinny player like Mac pulling off on one of the bigger fellas.
Yeah.
Or even funnier, the other Icebuster character, Lonnie. Oh, our revenant buddy is down. I'll get him.
Oh shit! I wasn't sure where that was coming from. Oh shit!
I see 2 hostiles. Okay, shields.
Our enemies have met their fate. That's your time is not over yet.
I'm surprised you both of you survived.
Well, there wasn't really that many people around us.
They got
So,
through
but fortunately,
those
you took
folks
the
this day.
person out, so good work there.
Yep. Oh, heard any interesting news like in the world of gaming or anything?
Me, not so much any news as far as things that have happened recently, though. I mean, the only thing notable recently was that I've been like getting super hard into My Hero Academia after. See, the thing is that I actually my exposure to it was the movie that came out 2 months ago now, and funny enough, that was actually I watched it the second time in March, and it was the actual last movie I saw before the movie theaters got shut down. So after I saw it the first time in February, because my sister was like, "Hey, I'm seeing the new movie. Do you want to come with me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure. I've got nothing better to do." And the movie got me like super into the show because I'm like, "Wow, all this looks really interesting."
Yeah,
So
that and the Dragon Ball Z Z stuff. I've hardly heard of an anime being like major theaters. That's happened.
It's more something that has happened, but it's more infrequent than it does. Like, yeah, there was the Dragon Ball Super movies that came out.
Oh yeah,
that
those.
did go straight to theaters. The Dragon Ball Super Broly movie was great. Seeing that in a theater was definitely.
Yeah. However, on the other hand, you got the actor Vic.
No, the race was in
Yeah, but that was something that they already quickly rectified after that, though. And
Oh, they did.
in the case of
Did they
Monaco,
recast it? Or did they make
really, because
Hey, I'm a new kid somehow.
was more so a fan demand rather than anything else, and so that's where they ended up grabbing
Still,
with it. But then when
Vic
more
is a-
stuff was
yeah,
coming
Vic
to
is a
light,
dick.
Funimation was quick to respond.
Yeah, Vic
I
is
know
a dick.
he is. So, so far, at least Funimation, they acted more quickly to it though. Once they ended up becoming more aware of his misdeeds, and so that's why he acted accordingly. From what I hear, Funimation is definitely more outlooking of its employees. So at least I appreciate that.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely agree on that one.
So yeah, that's why from back to My Hero. So then I started going really into the show though, and like I just really can't stop being in love with it. I think the thing I love most about it is that it definitely showed me that it's definitely because when I thought of the news that DC was saying they're trying to make Superman relevant again, and I'm like, All Might's right there, and he's pretty much the same type of character that people get on Mask and love. So I think though that so far it can be tips from there. You just have to really just make them a guy, really, and just really emphasize what you want to say.
Oh shit, I'm down. Should be good. Heads up. Okay. We killed him.
Yeah, definitely it's just
I
just
can't go
been
get you
great for
guys.
seeing that, and I think that it's reflective of something
I
that
really
is
can't.
taking the concept of superheroes, but unlike a lot of other things
Stuck on
that
the
are
side.
go into
Did I
dirty or
get out?
subversive kind of thing, My Hero really just sells it. Sure, it has a lot of dirty stuff like how superheroes can have powers, or more powers that are kind of incidental, like Izuku and his mom who can just levitate small objects, or people who can bulge their eyes out, or useless things like that.
Bye.
But overall, it more of celebrates them rather than
Yeah.
really mocks them.
Yeah, I've
But
heard some
although it
good.
does-
Yeah, I've heard some good things about it, and I remember Benedict Sage was made a video about it like a while ago. One of the things that he complained about is the typical tournament arc that you see in action-oriented anime series.
I honestly don't really care as to a plot being done in other shows, because if we're gonna go down this lane, you could say that about virtually any show
fair point.
ever.
Just want to point that
Anything
out.
that you think that is, no, I know. I'm just saying that criticism always finds me dumb, because you could say
Yep.
that about a lot of these so-called original animes. Dragon Ball,
Original,
it's pretty much
woo.
largely Journey to the West.
Yeah. Yeah, have you seen?
Even Goku's name often being taken from that same book. And honestly, that goes for most mangas in general. So again, you should never be looking at, was this story done before, but was it done in such a way that
Yeah,
I
but
actually
that makes it
enjoyed
interesting. Yeah.
And for me, it definitely went into that. I
Oh.
especially love, though, like when it came to the sports festival, for instance, where one of Deku's classmates, who's Todoroki, he's the son of the so-called second tier hero, Endeavor, who was a flame character, where in that case he was often abused and was literally bred by his dad, where they ended up having a thing called quirk mixing, which was where you end up breeding with another person who has a trait that strengthens yours. So in the case of his, though, he has fire and ice. The ice cools him down when he gets too hot, and the fire can end up heating him up if his ice gets too far, though. And he was done just so that way he could eventually be All Might, who is the so-called #1 hero. Think basically the Superman of that series, basically. And so in that, because of the abuse he often suffered by Endeavor, because even though Endeavor's a hero, he's more of only that in the sense that he fights bad guys, but is an overall really bad person. So he ends up just
bad news. One of the players disconnected, so we're on our own.
Oh, that's fun. So
one of
basically
the
what
things
ends up going in-
this patch for Apex Legends has added is the permanent duo. So maybe you can try that after this. Not worry about somebody like bailing us out, like bailing out us.
Sure, that sounds
It is
good.
your honor to face me.
So I was saying before, though, with like for instance, in Todoroki's case, though,
It is
he
your
actually
honor
ends
to
up
face me.
shaking his fire powers because he wants to prove he can beat it without relying on what he saw was his abuser's quirk. But then it ends up going, and you'll probably find this saying really familiar with him claiming it's not your dad's power, it's your power, and you should be using it.
That sounds
Sound
a lot
familiar?
like That reminds me of Star Wars. No offense.
No, but it came out before Rise of Skywalker. I was just saying that because I figured it would have
and Luke Skywalker. Don't forget that.
That too. But it mostly applies
Yeah,
to
and
Rey,
very much
never-
reminds me of like Star Wars in general. I am.
So yeah, it ends up with that because really Luke never struggled with how it was my dad's power, or if he was just shocked that the guy he was
Yeah,
fighting was
I think the
actual
thing
dad.
that
In
Luke
Rey's
struggles.
case, it was more of grappling.
Yeah, Luke's struggle is to whether or not he would be able to redeem Vader, and as we all know, he did. Ow, ow, ow.
Yeah, of course he did. So yeah, the hologram. So yeah, that's why. That's what is why I've been like just loving that show though, and just seeing it still celebrate heroes though, instead of offering another. Oh hey, here's another monster. Because we don't have a lot of those already happening right now.
Oh, that reminds
And it
me.
was
You
just
know what this
refreshing
reminds?
to see.
The subversive, so-called. Oh, drone detected. Drone detected.
What are you trying to say?
You know you've heard The Boys, the show on Amazon Prime.
I actually do love The Boys, but even it doesn't so much as criticize superheroes as a whole, unlike the comics did. Because I'll put this in mind, Hunter, the show is the farthest thing from its source material you could possibly ask for. Like, it is a complete reversal of the entire comic.
Yeah, what's different about the show in terms like basic themes?
See, for example, in the show, unlike the comics where it is incredibly mean-spirited and treats heroes like idiots, this is one that still ends up treating the heroes more so as flawed human beings, as opposed to trying to mock them in a very stupid way, honestly.
That skin is
even the
Eris for you. I think that skin is Eris.
So, like, yeah, I would say, like, if you're gonna not watch the show because the comics themselves over that, I can definitely promise you, for the better, the show is nothing like its source material. All it takes from the source material is the concept, like in this case being superheroes who end up being a lot sleazier though than would be expected though. But unlike the comics, which ends up going into the, oh yeah, they're all just varying levels of shit people, with Starlight being the only exception, it goes more into a lot of heroes end up more being good people, but unfortunately there's also a lot of bad shit that goes along in there as well.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really mock them, because even it takes Huey's side of it as the show progresses, at least through its first season, where he ends up just often going up against those
just thought I would.
so I would say,
yeah.
huh? Go ahead.
I forgot I lost my train of thought. What were you saying?
You were just saying, like, from that, you were about to say, because of the voice, so you were about to say something there.
No, I lost my train of thought. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good. Yeah, so that's why I always try to say for anyone that's there, because honestly, for the better, I actually do love The Boys. I'm really looking forward to season 2, and I do like, though, like, yes, even though there is definitely a sort of subversive take on that, though, especially as that show progresses, but fortunately, it handles it in a way better way than source material did, because based on what the source material was, at least from what I researched, it had ideas that, at least in concept, were interesting, but execution-wise, not very good, to put it generously.
Yeah, I've heard some really nasty things that happens in the comics.
Yeah, because Garth Ennis is a guy who is very known for hating superheroes. So
except for
anytime
Superman,
he
I
writes
think.
Stay out of my way.
I don't know about if that was his one exception, but at least from what I've read up on him, he has a very huge hatred of superheroes. So any time he writes about the idiots, so that's why in the comic series it acts like that. Like Homeland, like to show the drastic differences in the show and comics. In the comics, even though it's obvious that Homelander is a Superman parody, Homelander is a total idiot, and is on top of that a very entitled man-child. Through this, though, he is like basically meant to be a subversion of Superman that's not even meant to be funny. So he's a very huge man baby who just acts very entitled, very idiotic, and in general doesn't seem like he even knows much of anything. Whereas the show of it, even though the show still has Homelander in that very light, he's portrayed more of someone who is more fed up with being used, though, and more so, and is more so portrayed way more intelligent.
Yeah, he's more. His show version is more manipulative.
More manipulative, yeah.
Like how Renegade Shepard was like. Is that right?
Like what?
Renegade Shepard.
Think of it like that, yeah. As
Yeah,
well
a very
also
like
because,
a
him being tired of being-
once like a Renegade Shepard who goes further. I want to use a shield by the way. Right here.
So yeah, I guess that's one way you could look at it. That's just how I end up putting forward it, though. Or even like how Butcher, who's listed as being super what's the word for it? Super cool in the comic series, though. Even just his stars. And it was honestly pretty it felt just really mean-spirited on it, and it's not even the sort of way where I could commend him for that, though. It's just like really mean-spirited. It's not the way I like seeing.
Yeah.
Whereas in the show, even though it has Butcher being in that sort of angry guy who's just angry at supers over his wife thing, it still portrays him with much more humanity, and especially its main character was thrown to be also more. I keep forgetting the words when I use these things.
Wait.
He becomes more secure in himself, way more than he did in the comic series.
And from what I've heard, less rape in the show. A lot less rape.
Oh, yeah, much less of that, because, like, the comics went super overboard with that, such as Starlight's sexual assault. In the comics, it was basically Homelander, A-Train, and Black Noir, I believe. Whereas in the show, it was reduced to just the Deep, but it wasn't shown, it was off-screen, and it was implied from there. And also, they actually have the Deep face the consequences of that assault, unlike the comics, which really just ends up being yeah, it happened, it gives her some mental backlash here and there, but it's not really a point that's brought up in the comics, though, because, again...
Yeah, just to point it out, how good is the signal? It's a little spotty on your end. Sorry to interrupt.
I don't know. My connection looks fine on my end. I can hear you perfectly fine.
Yeah, it must be your mic, I think. I'm not entirely sure.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. But
yeah, I'm sorry for
yeah, that's what I was No, you're good. So yeah, that's why I say for that, because the show itself is really great though. I like how, even though it also operates in that superhero kind of world though. I mean, yes, even though there is definitely still a level of, I would say definitely a sort of treating the heroes as either being sort of incompetent or even people who have their own stupid issues that are there. I at least think that the show portrayed them with humanity still, as opposed to the comic, which made them more just straight up caricatures than characters.
And more bleak. Oh, anyway, have you seen the look of the PS5 controller?
I have. I always prefer the Xbox controller design though, more so.
Yeah, yeah, the Xbox design for the Xbox Series X doesn't look any different except for like an additional button which does something, I don't know. Might have to look into it.
But
yeah, but, the PlayStation PS5 controller looks fine, but I am not sure why why a bunch of it is white. It looks weird.
Oh man, I still remember my old Xbox 360 controllers. Those things would get so dirty after just a year of use.
Oh, that bad?
Yeah, white control. You do not want white as the color of your character as your controller. It will get very dirty very quickly. Whereas at least black, you can hide it.
Oh, like you have to wear brown pants if you shit yourself.
Think of it sort of like that, I guess. Like, at least with black controllers, like, aside from the stuff in between, like the lines that you can see there, where I often have to clean those out because sweat goes in and then ends up sort of forming that, whereas on the Xbox 360 white controllers that I had, like, it got really bad. Like, I had to clean those suckers constantly.
Oh! Ah!
But yeah,
fuck, I died.
Shoot, but what I was saying though, because I got sidetracked from there, was that what I was saying is the contrast though, because with My Hero, where yeah, even though it does have some levels of that, such as one of the classmates though, who is mainly just wanting to be a hero so he could be popular with girls, and the case of Endeavor, who is just an all-around bad person, where now based on where the series is going, he's trying to make himself good now, instead of, because he was basically devoting his life to just surpassing All Might, and it ended up leading to the neglect of his family and a whole host of other bad things that would take too long to get into. Whereas, at least though, again, that's what I'm saying with My Hero, what I appreciate most is how it still portrays them earnestly. Yeah, there are still some heroes who are in it for more selfish-ish reasons, but it more portrays them as their own characters rather than trying to make some sort of statement on that genre with it. And it's why I end up find myself loving it so much.
Yeah. That sounds a bit like the MCU. How do you think the My Hero Academia is inspired by the MCU?
Why did you draw that comparison, out of curiosity?
Yeah, because the Marvel Cinematic Universe, for the most part, is very earnest with how it portrays the heroes.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. You could put it that way. So yeah, that's why from that. That's why I've just been so in love with it and watching it so many times. I feel it nicely balances out between humor and the seriousness of the show, and I really do like though just how. Again, it's the always the point I come back to is just how earnest everyone is portrayed, though, when a lesser writer would have absolutely tried making these characters into spoofs of other characters. And even spoofs, I shouldn't really be.
Just want to let you know, it's suddenly nighttime.
Again, things should be
I did not know it could do that.
Yeah. This is the first time I'm seeing it, too. But, yeah, because, again, I shouldn't also be saying that I'm against being a spoof, though, because, again, things should be in ideas. But I guess on the other hand, it's more refreshing to see against that. It was funny the first couple of times I saw it, but I'm starting to get a bit jaded on things that go into superhero territory that acts as a sort of parody to it. I can at least find myself that gives them subversions in the case of Brightburn, because that's more something we don't really see, at least in the case of that.
Yeah, a horror take on Superman.
Yeah, as well as
at least at the very least, they attempted it.
I could get down with this, depending on how it goes down. But the New Mutants, that movie just can't catch a break. It's like anytime it's about to be released, there's always something that ends up delaying it.
The New Mutants? Oh god, yeah.
That's a movie that's been trying to be made so many times, and the one thing's like, yes, we have a release schedule. We're going to release this
Coronavirus!
thing. And a worldwide pandemic shows up and can't air it.
Oh my... at least, like Wonder Woman of all things has a better luck. It's gonna be out on, in, August.
Yeah, so hopefully new theaters will actually be able to be open by then. Because until a vaccine is actually made, we're not going to really be able to, we won't be able to guarantee, though, that we could even go into movie theaters again. There was a version that apparently Chris Stuckman, I saw, since I subscribed to the channel. Keep in mind, it was because I was trying to, I unsubscribed from anyone who was going to talk about Rise of Skywalker because I just didn't want to deal with any opinions one way or the other.
Oh yeah.
And so in that, when I resubscribed,
yeah, I heard Chris Pratt is disappointed with the Rise of Skywalker though, but
no, he actually liked it.
Well, he did. How much do you like it?
This is what I heard though. I like him though. He's a good reviewer, and even if it's opinions that he has, I at least think he's fair for the most part. Yeah, he said there was a thing he did that his local theater did, where apparently they have a limited number of tickets they sell to each showing, and they make sure to spread the audience members out, so that way they can go watch the movie while still complying with social distancing.
So basically, they split the audience. They split
the audience. So he said they have a limited number of showings for each movie, and then they have a limited number of tickets in each screening, so that way each person is ending up being 6 feet away from each other while they're watching the movie.
So about 2 seats away from each other.
About, yeah, give or take.
Yeah, so I reckon like a chair, like I'm sitting in, it's about 3 feet long. 2 or 3 feet long?
Yeah, about each chair, it's like 3 feet long. Yeah, I'd say that.
Yeah, wide, don't forget, wide.
Yeah, 3 feet wide, yeah.
Yes, just trying to make some calculations.
So yeah, it'd be like about 2 seats apart from each other. So he said that's what one of his theaters did. I'm pretty sure they would have shut down by now because no movies are being aired at this point.
It's really, yeah. It's still funny to see like New Mutants. We're going to be released. It's stopping it from being released.
And yeah, then a worldwide pandemic shows up, and it's like, wow, you just can't catch a break. Like, just release it on video, like Bloodshot and a lot of other movies are, just so we could just at least see it. Let me just have your hard work at least earn some money.
That is a good point.
Not gonna lie, I would definitely pay for a rental. Not gonna lie.
I've been thinking. Have you seen Onward on Disney Plus yet?
I have not, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. I have been meaning to get around it. Would have really liked to have seen it in a theater, but because of the coronavirus stuff happening, I didn't want to catch the risk. Because keep in mind, I live with my grandparents, so I can't risk exposure longer than I need to.
Here's also
I let myself go on walks and runs now, but I make sure I'm in deserted areas.
In my county, Davis County, we're on there's a non-mandatory stay home order. In Davis County only.
In Florida, we are on a lockdown as of now, but at least I could still leave my home, go for a walk or things like that. It's just that I have to minimize how I'm outside,
kind of the same thing
because
here.
I don't have a major desire.
Yeah,
because honestly, unlike a lot of people who are often feeling like they're sort of, not literally, but like to some extent, sort of like going crazy a bit, I've been feeling only just bored, but I don't feel like my sanity is compromised in any way.
Yeah, at times I feel like I get a little cooped up in here, so I go out outside. And one time,
I feel like I've also been hit with a paralysis of choice because I have so many games that I own, and it's like, what do I want to play? And I just don't feel like playing much of it. Like, I'm now to the point I'm playing Skyrim for like the 50th time.
Oh, how was your time with that in Skyrim?
Although this is my first time I'm actually playing it with mods, because I actually didn't do that before.
Yeah, what mods do you have?
A champion.
Not much. I just have hated myself. I'm only running 3 that I can remember. One of them is a money mod where I just basically have the person just put a whole bunch of gold points in Riverwood, and then I just have like 800 and something million coins that I have, so that way I'll basically never run out of money. I also have one that gives me an XP boost, so I also level up much faster, and one that involves the stones, like the Warrior Thief and Mage Stones, where instead of 20%, it boosts your skills by 100%. For any use that you're using for it. I just did that just that way I could just level up faster and get the stuff I want faster.
Yeah, I also recommend the bug fix patch, the major one, the unofficial.
Oh, I thought that was I mean, it's just because unlike Fallout, there's really not a lot of things that I feel like I would want in Skyrim though. It's really just, I guess, quality of life, that's what it is. Just like quality of life improvements. Other than that, not much else though. I think it's because of the fact that for Skyrim, there's really not much I really want. Maybe I'll download like a mod that gives me the Dragon Slayer and the Berserker armor, maybe. But that's kind of just about it. Whereas Fallout is something that has more of a wide range of weapons and stuff in there, to where other mods can feel like, yeah, you know, I totally want to do that.
Yeah, like some of the weapon mods. Like the service rifle from Fallout New Vegas, stuff like that. It's like, ooh, I want that.
Yeah, stuff like that. I know you said that you don't like the so much quote-unquote tactical, as people often say with it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. I hate those. I hate those type of mods. I hate the skippy-ass mods. Like, just like, give me, like, an outfit. Not only is basically unisex, but also not fucking skimpy. Is that really so hard?
Now, yeah, I don't get recommended those a lot when I go to the mod store. It seems like ones that, unless I'm looking for them, I don't really see them. But in the case of those ones, I do end up liking to a certain extent with it, because mainly I'm just a person who likes having my character loaded out in something that's practical.
Yeah.
It's why I often keep the, at least in Fallout 4, why I keep the Vault Dweller suit and use like leather armor pieces, because it often looks like
it's called the default jumpsuit.
Yeah, the Vault
Speaking of Fallout, are you looking
That's
forward?
That's the Vault armored suit.
Yeah.
Where it has like the pouches for what as I imagine, pouches to hold the miscellaneous stuff. Also bandoliers to be able to hold ammo, things like that. Because I often like setting up my characters for something that looks like it would be practical. At least if it could be done. Like in Mass Effect, you can't really make it look practical because there's just nothing to hold ammo for. So I just go primarily just for looks. But in the case of Fallout, I would say that especially when it comes to
don't forget in Mass Effect, the armor pieces you pick affects your stats.
Yeah, I know it does, but often the stat differences are not major enough to where it's like, if I pick one over the other, it's not some major loss, if you get what I'm saying.
Okay, I get you. Right.
Like, yeah, even if maybe something gives me like a little bit more armor, it's not it'll break me, like, it's not that bad. But yeah, that's what I say for that. Whereas I do like that stuff because I feel for Fallout it does fit with there. But I more try to keep that to a minimum, and I just use different weapons because I've used the same base weapons in Fallout for so long. I just kind of like having different ones though, if it can be done.
I also like find a mod that lets me like manually insert each bullet, like for the lever action, only on the computer version. But on the Xbox version, there's no such thing because it doesn't have the script extension.
I just don't like that when people use weapons under mods, but they don't have custom reload animations. Like when I got one of the mods that was giving me the Mass Effect weapon, it looks very jarring when the reload animation clearly doesn't look like what it should be for that gun. Because it uses the sock animations as opposed to...
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And it looks really
and some of the stuff that I use are Creation Club mods. Or Creation Club. Yeah. First of all, it doesn't really add up to my number of mods that I use, especially on the especially on the Xbox, because it actually doesn't like use up space for my mods. And second, I just like them, and especially the Capital Wasteland mercenary outfits. Those I get a kick out of.
Yeah, understand. Yeah, 100%.
shit, I'm okay, I'm dead, I'm dead.
Yeah, I got killed too. So yeah, that's why before that, because I often do like mod games, but it's only Fallout where I have the strong desire to. Whereas Elder Scrolls, I just feel like aside from, especially when I'm making new games, I'm like, hey, let me just have a shitload of money. Let me get
shitload of money, at a high level, so I would have to go to grind through everything again.
Yeah, because honestly, with Skyrim's progression system, my only complaint is especially when you start going through more skills, it can feel super grindy to try to get the skills to level yourself up, because it feels like you have to do so much to be able to even get it to the next level for whatever your skill is.
Yeah.
I love the general model. I just think that's the only major flaw that I have with it, which is why I even use the skill booster mods, just so that way I can just get through them much faster.
Yep. I just like to use the cheat room and just like level up a shit ton.
When they fall,
Yeah, there's that
we
too.
rise.
Wanna fly, compadre?
There we go. Going with
And of course, when I'm doing mods, if there's ever a thing, I pretty much always look for if there's some sort of unofficial patch where someone fixes any of the various issues that
I go.
Bethesda
Yeah,
never
that's my
around
first
to.
priority. Unofficial patches, like first thing I download. That's the thing I go for. Looking forward to Fallout 76 Wastelanders.
I will choose our location for base.
Oh yeah, definitely. When
Yeah,
that comes out
I'm
next
actually
week,
kind of surprised
we
it was delayed a week.
Let's land here.
I wasn't surprised it was the week because of the virus stuff. Because
Yeah, I
this
know.
is unprecedented for so many companies. Like when I was told for Universal, where I work at, it's that like the most they ever closed a park was only for a couple days. Like even after 9/11, the park was only closed for 2 days though because of that immediate aftermath. But business went back to normal. I mean, aside from obviously putting things like security scanners and stuff, which weren't around then. But like, yeah, this one, like Universal being just for a month, it'll soon probably be 2 months now. Like that's never happened in the case of the games industry. Like the entire team working from
games
home
like
is
The Last of Us 2 delayed indefinitely.
The game seems to be finished from what I understand, but they're holding it because they just don't know when it'd be optimal for a release date. Because even though it's digital, they would still have to make physical copies because that's still a very
GameStop and
large
stuff.
bulk.
Oh god, I remember when the GameStop like insisted they have essential workers. It's like, motherfucker, you're not.
And also because, yeah, no, definitely that was a thing to see. And also because the fact that with this whole being work from home is that it's unprecedented, because work from home for the games industry already was a super rare thing that hardly any developer at best could only dream of doing, whereas now the entire team of every game developer that I'm aware of is doing work from home, and that's something that is just throwing a lot of issues. That's why Battlefront 2, they had to delay their Age of Rebellion update, the Seraph update that was supposed to come out usually by the last week of March. They're instead releasing it, they said mid-April, so that sounds like it'll be next week. Again, they'll tell us more when the time comes. But yeah, that's why.
Yeah, here's the funny thing. My brother is actually one of the essential workers because somebody's got to work on taxes before the IRS.
Oh yeah. I filed my taxes like over a month ago, but I still haven't gotten them back because I'm told that that basically the IRS is trying to just process everybody's returns, and because of this coronavirus stuff, it's being very delayed.
It sucks, but they're doing what they can.
Yeah, I'm still being paid at home from Universal, but I honestly think this week and next week will be my last paychecks, and I'll have to file for unemployment. I'll still be employed by the company, but I won't get paychecks. At least I don't think I will.
Oh, heard anything about Final Fantasy VII? Reviews that came out, they mostly like it. I've heard that the remake of Final Fantasy VII is pretty good.
That's what I heard too, and a lot of people are enjoying it. Final Fantasy was something I never got around.
Yeah, same. Except for Final Fantasy 15.
But I say, hey, people are loving it and saying it's really good. I'm happy that they're enjoying it. At least, especially during this period of time, you want any joy you can get. But yeah, when you were saying for Wastelanders, we're definitely streaming that next week.
Yeah, we're definitely streaming that. Don't know when exactly. when's the 14th? 14th. Okay, it's on a Tuesday, so we'll be doing.
It's keep in mind if we're going to be streaming it the exact day it comes out, then we're going to have to make it to where the soonest I could stream would be at 8 o'clock because my class ends at
Eastern time
7:45.
or Mountain time. Just want to make sure.
Eastern time.
So
Eastern
6 p.m.
time.
Right. So
Yeah, essentially.
yeah, 6 or 7, depending. If the servers are still up. If.
I think they should be up though.
Yeah,
I don't
because,
see
yeah,
why it
when
wouldn't
people,
be.
basically when a bunch of people try to enter the server at the same time, it may overload them. It may cause problems.
Body shields here.
Yeah.
Level 1.
Just want to point that out.
So, I don't know. Maybe the player population will explode when it comes out. I don't know. But again,
Yeah,
I'd say that,
now a lot of people are
looking forward
happy
to seeing Wastelanders, even though I still feel it'll rob some of Fallout 76 its individuality, because I actually still liked what they did with it, and I thought it was a great idea to sort of what they did with the whole non-NPC only players thing, because it gave the game a real sense of community for a multiplayer game, which is something even a lot of others
Yeah, I remember
don't.
you saying that.
But I'm still looking forward to it. Yeah,
and it
so
seems
I'm
like
looking
they're,
forward to it still.
yeah, it seems like they're taking a similar approach to Anthem. You know how Anthem does with its like NPCs?
Yeah.
Seems like
Like individual servers, everyone just experiences it on their own sort of thing as opposed to all together. So I'm like, yeah, sure, I guess that works.
yeah, I think that's the case. Or at least the party leader will do the story stuff while the others watch.
I just really dislike how so many pundits were ending up railing against Bethesda for not having them at the beginning, though. Instead of trying to at least praise them for trying to do something what in their minds was,
on the other hand, they kind of screwed. I've heard they screwed the group, especially with the marketing. Yeah, some of the packaging stuff. Yeah, a lot of bad stuff happened when they tried to do all the bonuses and stuff, like the bags. It wasn't even made of leather.
Yeah, the canvas bag.
The canvas bag.
That was something I could say there, but that's not. But that's something separate from what I say from the game in general. That's more of a production, of a pre-order item thing that's there, which shouldn't be a thing as to whether the game's reputation or not. I find it is a pretty dumb thing to hold against the game when the people working on the canvas bag are not the ones working.
Yeah,
on the
still
game.
they kind of
Separate
screwed the
people.
purge on that front, at least, right?
Oh, definitely. They did, no question that. But I'm speaking strictly from the game itself, though.
Yeah.
From that. When, for me, I appreciate that Bethesda was actually willing to do something that was admittedly pretty risky, though. One that I felt paid off, even if a lot of people didn't, though. And again, it always goes to show to me that the people who always want to scream the loudest about take risks, do things that are risky, though. Stop being the safest
It may
bets.
not do well, but
It's like,
at least there's an attempt.
even still, though, like, even if it doesn't work, though, I don't think we should limit our willingness to do risks based on if they're gonna succeed, because I can promise you many of the biggest gambles didn't seem like they were worth it until they actually happened. People said, yeah, it was totally worth it.
And I remember, like, reading somewhere that the reason why the Wasteland was made because people wanted to see NPCs in 76.
I mean, yeah, I knew that there was no shortage of people doing so, and I'm sure it'll probably bring plenty of players back. It's just that, again, it's just I dislike, though, the reception that it was getting, though, from a lot of people, because it was just so nasty and just not needed. Again, it's why in general I don't like pundits really on any sort of medium.
I don't listen to like people.
Tolerate them.
I know it bears repeating, but I don't listen to like
It's
most
not a
YouTubers
sort
like.
of like, oh, I need positivity. Like no one can criticize. It's not even that, but it's just like the level of vitriol I see from Sony pundits, and it's just so sickening. I hate it.
Yeah, and speaking of pundits and reviewers, what does have you seen Chris Stuckman's review on The Rise of Skywalker? According to TV Tropes, he seemed to be pretty disappointed by the movie. Was he? You saw the video.
I'll have to go rewatch it, but at least from what I was seeing, though, especially by his thumbnails, because I always find for his thumbnails, you can tell what his opinion will be. If he's smiling, it means he likes it to a certain extent. If his face is more of neutral, he's more of ambivalent. Or if he has more of a sunken face, it's more of a dislikes it. And he looked more happy in his thumbnail, so it looked more like he considered it, at the very least, like something he enjoyed. I mean, disappointing, sure, he could have felt that, but he still may have felt joy from it. I'll watch it later though, but
Yeah.
as I said though, from what I've seen, he's a pretty fair reviewer, and even
Yeah.
if I don't agree with him, he doesn't really, at least most of the time doesn't anyway, insult filmmakers or say
Oh,
anything
I
bad.
remember when he. I remember when he.
sort of like a,
I remember
I
he
didn't
written
really
like
the movie.
a few things for like how he would do Batman vs Superman, and one of the lines he's written is "Till that Tizard snap neck." I know it's a thing for his birthday,
I know
but
he did like Batman v Superman when that came out, though. I don't know what his opinions are on it now.
yeah, he didn't
but
like.
it
He
seems
did.
more-
From what I've heard, I don't think he liked BVS, and I don't blame him. I tried watching like parts of it. It's like, no, save Martha.
I watched his original review from years ago when it came out, and it seemed as if he was more of just thinking it was fine. He gave it a C rating, which for him is more of a, yeah, I enjoyed it for what it was, and I wasn't sure what his thoughts were on Justice League, but it seemed more for the DCU, he was just fine with it. But again, that's what I've always liked with Chris, that his reviews are pretty fair. I don't really ever see him go on rates things, though, much of the time. Aside from the Emoji Movie, I don't really think I've
Oh
ever seen
god,
him
he
be
was so
angry.
furious on the Emoji Movie. Holy shit.
Like, even though I still dislike the reaction looking on it, though, I mean, it's one that at least I can understand because it can seem something so nakedly commercial. But even still, I felt it was real overboard. But again, I don't go by if it's just one-off things, though. Again, I don't like it. But as
Yeah.
long as it's like a, hey, it doesn't happen frequently or even much at all,
Yeah,
then I can bypass it.
off
one
topic, but
time.
have you seen any
I
like
don't give
medkits
any
or
affection.
shield batteries? I'm kind of low.
Huh?
Look at my health and shields.
Oh,
They're pretty bad.
I don't have anything, honestly. Like
Yeah,
that.
same. I
just
like.
only-
Yeah, I have plenty of ammo for my R301. Ooh. There we go.
So yeah, that's why I say like for him, like really when it comes to reviews, movie-wise, he's the main one I pretty much go to for things. In the case of games, Easy Allies is a pretty good one though. I would say their reviews are pretty fair. But so for me,
Oh,
just
I
go
got
to
a
them for
golden
that.
shield.
Oh, that's neat.
Yep.
Taking a moment to heal.
So I always just that's why I say I keep my panic stuff to a minimum, and in general I just watch things for what they are because regardless of where I see on the spectrum though, it always ends up
Yeah.
being just like really annoying from how far it is because again so many of these reviewers are super desperate on trying to get rage clicks though, and it gets so exhausting to watch. And again, it
Yeah,
comes across
I
to me as
also like
highly
listen to
ironic
Smack-
see the
to,
people who are all,
Smackdown.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
these- Like, oh my god, these movie studios doing stuff, and
Yeah,
it's
Smackhead.
clearly all just
Yeah.
for money, and yet your thumbnails and your video length and everything else was totally not for
I also
money.
recommend Smackhead. He's
Who?
Smackhead. He also does movie reviews, and I try most of the time.
Smackhead?
Smackhead. Don't know if it's the full name, but I'll send you the link when I get the after this is over. Okay.
Yeah, sure. I'll check them out. My only thing is you're gonna send me pundits though, because I you trust this though. That I trust you with it. Which
Yeah.
is definitely like one. They can't be the super angry type. If I go,
He's
on
not
your-
super
on any
angry.
given
He's
video-
not super angry. Snarky from time to time. Yeah. Otherwise, it would be entertaining, but no, but pretty earnest. I would
all right then. Snarky already feels a bit iffy for me, but I'll
yeah,
give it a
but
shot
Snarky
at least.
or humor.
See what it
He
is.
has some Snarky moments. It's like it just makes some funny comments from time to time.
Sure. But it's like, hey, as long as it's not they're super angry though, or
No, he's
if
not
they
the
go
super
into
angry type,
territory
just the
where
funny
I
type.
go in.
Straightforward,
Yeah.
funny type.
I know. But like, or especially if they start going into territory where a common sentiment I see from them saying in a movie is X, worst thing of insert year, worst thing
Oh.
in the spring, worst whatever.
Worst, whatever, ever. Couldn't help but think the comic book guy from The Simpsons.
Huh?
This comic book guy from The Simpsons. Worst episode ever. That guy. That type of guy.
Like, yeah, just like that sort of thing
Supply
though.
them
I'm
here.
just like, if you are a sort of person, a reviewer who does that, I'm also inclined to just not take you seriously either.
Yeah. Alright, I got
that's-
myself a peacekeeper. Probably my favorite shotgun
Got
because
myself an LMG and an energy weapon.
nice. Oh, how you
I
liking
mean,
the?
yeah. Aside from as long as you just fulfill all those two criteria, then
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, I'm down with it. I used to find angry reviewers funny when I was younger, like even when it was just
But
2 years
angry
ago.
viewers,
But
they get annoying now.
it's just as time goes on, it just bores me. And I just think to myself,
Yeah.
like, why would I want to criticize someone because God forbid they made a movie that at the end of the day I
Oof.
didn't like? There was no harm done.
Yeah. Disappointment at worst, but we'll live.
Like, it's why I unsubscribe from a lot of these channels, though. Because sure, it's because again, I always think like, yeah, it's very fun when they're criticizing some movie either you yourself dislike, or especially if it's a movie you haven't watched. So therefore, you have really you don't have any opinion on it one way or the other.
Right.
But then that's why I always say. And that's why often I find from many of these reviewers, when I would listen to them do that treatment on movies I like, I can then be like, oh man, now I just can't find myself enjoying them because you start to see what it is.
Yeah. Oh, D&D has been Wizards of the Coast has been dropping some free stuff.
That's pretty much the best way of describing
Yep.
how you'll dislike CinemaSins, which is go to any movie that they sin that you like, and you'll already be able to see all the shit as to how their style is.
Yeah, I really don't like CinemaSins at all. Anyway, so Wizards of the Coast has been releasing some free stuff, like making some of the stuff free for D&D, which is pretty nice. Not exactly essential for the campaign you and I are doing, but for everybody else, kudos. Oh, and speaking of D&D, not sure. So one of our players, Rosa, will not be able to join us. She's not really 100% into it, but we wish her luck. Oh, and also,
that's a shame. But
yeah,
okay.
yeah, but replacing her will be my brother, who, yeah, will be my brother. He's not entirely sure what he will play, so either rogue or artificer, depending on, just depending. Yeah, so the monk in D&D is a damage-based character, so my brother will be filling that role in Rosa's place. Rosa is Cinnamon, the shifter monk.
Marvelous.
I say we land here.
Monk characters were always ones that I always was never sure how to be in any sort of game that I was playing.
Yeah, so how you so you said that you've liked how I DM, right? Just wondering, that's all. Hello?
No, repeat that. Yeah, repeat it.
Yeah, that you really enjoyed our first session. Well, the first session for the stream. And okay, seem to be good. I'll be scanning. Oh shit, we got one hostile. Get ready.
All right, at least I got a pistol on me. So. Oh shit! I only saw my bullets, man.
Ah shit! Damn it! My brother's making some noise outside my room, and we're in the first one. First one's out, like a bunch of clowns we were. I think we dropped our clown card somewhere. Let me look for him. Nah, actually, I got more of my soda. We're good. Ooh. So okay, so I'm looking at the new Oh, speaking of like Marvel Cinematic Universe, seems like the ones the shows for Disney Plus doesn't seem to have anything changed. Seems like they filmed their stuff ahead of time. Yeah, I'm gonna be Lifeline because there are some like blue supply bins around that she can get additional that she can access additional items from.
Changes everything.
Right, so Lifeline and Wraith. That's actually a pretty common combination from what I've heard.
This is your champion.
Yeah, I think my brother is just messing around. If he's making some noises, so
is he okay?
He sounds okay. He's just being himself, messing around. I think.
Oh, okay. Because you just make noises, so I'm not sure in what manner he's doing that.
Just like playful screaming. Sorry for bringing in some personal stuff.
No, you're good. You're good.
Dropping in. Hang on.
Ooh. I'm like literally like.
I think the other reason I'm handling the quarantine well has also been because my antipsychotic and antidepressants, though. They've had me be like in a super.
Oh, you had to land us right in there. Crap.
Oh no! Oh, don't no! I'm not landing the lava. Oh my god, that was too close.
But you get out of the lava chest.
Thank God, there's no fall damage.
Woohoo! Left over that ledge, and I am nailing it.
Yeah, as I was saying before, but like, yeah, like on these meds, honestly, I just have like this sort of feeling in my chest though, where I just like go like, all right, kind of feeling.
Yeah.
The battle happens quick. Be ready.
Yeah. As for me, I get like every once in a while cooped up, so I leave the house again. The order to stay home is non-mandatory. Yeah, I was when my mother told me about that I was like, I was under the impression it was mandatory until I left the house and didn't get told to go back home.
All right.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I do go outside for at least walks/runs though. Like I run as much as I can, and I just walk the rest though if that's what I'm doing. And I just do that so that way I can make sure I still get proper exercise and still manage to at least make sure that I'm not gaining weight though.
Yeah, nobody. Oh yeah. Oh, I've heard that like Arnold Schwarzenegger has been has posted have I think a Reddit post making some advice on how to exercise while in quarantine. Pretty sound advice, and he's been
He also posted it on YouTube as well though.
Yeah, he's been very helpful.
It's just my floor is because of its tiles, it's very slippery, so I often can't do things like push-ups or such without like my arms or legs like spreading apart slowly. But
can you do it on a carpet?
I don't have carpet in my house. I have only tiles.
Ooh.
And tiles is like a very slippery material.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Okay.
Yeah, that's why like if I have to work out, I basically have to do that outside.
Yeah.
And then after I get home, it's just immediate disinfection after that. I just go take my shoes and put that in the garage. I take a shower, make sure I wash very thoroughly, and then make sure it's there.
Is it 20 seconds or 30 seconds for washing your hands? I think it's 30 seconds.
20 seconds.
20 seconds?
20 seconds.
I remember like seeing meets like instructions to wash your hands, and like someone put like fierce the mind killer or out dance spot out.
One thing is, I actually learned that like about a year and 4 months ago, like when I first started my janitorial job at Universal, because they said for employees, because I have to wash my hands that thoroughly, say like, yeah, that's actually, you're supposed to do it for 20 seconds, but usually most people in the parks only wash for like 2 to 3.
Oh.
And a good 40% of people don't even wash their hands at all.
Yeah, I know. Some of my relatives don't even wash their hands after using the bathrooms. Like, seriously?
When it's like, especially at a theme park, when it's like, guys, you're touching a whole lot of other people's stuff, though. Especially when you eat, that you're gonna get that stuff directly on you.
Oh well, we better stay in the circle then.
So yeah, that's why, like, for me, it didn't change anything when they're like, make sure you wash your hands extra thoroughly. I'm like, at my job, I have to do that anyway because I handle chemicals all the time.
Oh, lucky for you to the janitorial job. It's like, what's the right word?
Yeah, janitorial work definitely taught me some things, and definitely grateful for it.
Yeah, benefit of hindsight, eh?
So yeah, definitely feel super happy for it. But funny though, how many people will think that that's not an essential job when it's like, yeah, you would definitely want to be in a theme park where thing gets cleaned. Sure.
Yeah, and again, my brother has an essential job of being a receptionist at a tax company. Yeah, so
does he get paid a living wage, at least?
He has it. It's part-time for him. Part-time.
Part-time.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the living wage part, but his work, his job, he's taking part-time.
Alright then. It just goes for a lot of these essential jobs, and yet they basically pay people virtually nothing. And definitely this coronavirus is showing exactly what constitutes essential jobs.
I got a vault key.
Yeah, I found a vault key. Let me see if I can find it. Huh, so they changed... I can't believe I just realized that we just changed maps. I'm I'm an idiot. Alright, so where the hell would I find well, gotta start looking for the vault. And
like, honestly, especially for my friend who's actually, he works at Publix, that's his main job there, and it just definitely concerns me, though, because of how much he works there, because of how many people he's exposed to, and on top of that, his dad and his sister actually have respiratory issues, which also obviously means they're in that special risk category.
oh, fuck. Hey, let's
So that's why I'm
let's look
super
let's look for the
thankful
cave
that
real
we-
quick. And hopefully
We have ammo, or hopefully we find ammo.
or better yet, better equipment.
I mean, I'm fine with the guns I have right now. I just need ammo. I only have like I have like a decent amount of light ammo, but I need heavy ammo specifically. Oh shit, there it is. Speak of the devil.
I know, I was thinking the same thing. Seemed to me I've been having some frame rate issues on my... Oh, lifeline, okay.
Here's your birthday present.
Lifeline package. Yeah, so like basically the consensus for Final Fantasy VII is like it's very faithful to the original version, though there's missteps along the way. Not sure what exactly, because in
Faithful. Wait, what were you saying?
the views for Final Fantasy VII, people like it. It's very faithful to the original version, and though some say that there are some missteps. So what exactly they are, I haven't read into the articles yet, but eh.
Okay then.
Sorry.
It seems, I guess, it wasn't that there were some parts that people were wanting in the original that didn't make it in the remake, I guess. But from what I've been able to understand, a lot of people were also saying, yeah, that was kind of obvious from what the
it's going to be
had already showed.
Do you have any idea why they're going for an episodic approach for the Final Fantasy VII remake?
At least from what I can remember from when Gamer Over 30 and your brother were in the same stream a while back, was that there was just so much content that was in that Final Fantasy VII that it just wasn't feasible to turn it all into one game.
So episodic is
Not
the
unless
way. I remember
not
now.
Square Enix wanted to dedicate the next 20 years building it.
Yeah. And they're dedicating about like a good part of it to Midgard, which is from the most memorable parts of the game, aside from Eric's death and Cloud's final confrontation with Sephiroth.
So probably like the major story beats will still stay intact, but probably I imagine will be still some other changes here and there. I don't know if I could say major or minor because again, not a Final Fantasy person, so can't say for certain, but I'll wait and see.
Yeah. Oh, I played quite a lot of Final Fantasy 15, the at least the single player and its multiplayer mode.
I mean, so far the main games I've been playing as of late, the Division 2 I played recently because I got it on a sale when Ubisoft was like selling it for like $3. So
you got
I was
wait,
just like,
you got Division 2 for $3?
Yeah, they were like, Ubisoft was doing a stupidly huge sale on all their games. Like, I also got Ghost Recon Breakpoint for like $20 when it was supposed to be $60. So it was like, I basically got a very awesome deal.
Yeah.
And then they saw Division for $3. I'm like, oh shit, well then I'll take that then. And then that was pretty fun.
Oh, weapon! I got silence and dead.
I just kind of stopped playing it because there's one part where now some new faction came and took over all the settlements and command posts that I had captured.
Oh, Preston
and I
would
don't
not be
feel like
happy
going
with you.
through-
Preston will not be happy with you because there are assignments that need your help.
So it's like I am not interested in redoing all that again. So I'm like, I'll leave it down for now. I've been playing a lot of My Hero One's Justice 2. That game is super fun, but Jesus Christ, I can safely say that Overhaul players can go straight to hell.
What? Oh, like the players for the My Hero Academia game? What's wrong?
Yeah. Overhaul, one of the characters that's in the game, he is so freaking annoying with his ranged attacks, and it's just a case where like you have to basically be cheap in order to beat him, and I hate that.
Oh, one of the more overpowered characters, right? Oh, whoa.
Exactly that.
I've been having some like frame rate issues, and I don't know why. For the most part, it should be fine, but just don't expect perfectly stable.
That's fine. But yeah, overall, My Hero 1's Justice 2 has definitely just been, despite only Overhaul, though, it's still a very fun game that I really enjoy playing. Because in general, fighting games are always super fun to me, and again, because now that I've been like in a very huge My Hero mood, because I just can't stop, at least in my mind, gushing over this show. I'm just like,
have you watched it on? Can you watch it on Crunchyroll?
Yeah, Crunchyroll. I prefer it there because I actually prefer the Japanese sub, but the English dub voices are still really good. I really like them, especially considering Christopher Sabat as All Might could not have been a better pick.
Dropping in, hang on.
Yeah, some of the one of the best dubs I've ever seen was from Cowboy Bebop, and everybody considers it superior to the Japanese dub, and for good reason.
What happened?
Like the Cowboy Bebop English dub,
Cowboy Bebop.
Everybody prefers the English dub over the Japanese dub.
Yeah, I hear that a lot too. I never watched Cowboy Bebop because it just never appeared in, at least for me though, or maybe it just wasn't appearing when I was watching. Because my only exposure to anime when I was young was only Toonami, and it was sort of seldom what I was doing. Because very often, this is why I appreciate the modern animes now, because like back then, whatever animes you watched, you just had to turn on the TV and just go and see whatever happened to be on. And the only animes I can remember when I was young that I at least saw consistently was Dragon Ball Z, I saw a few times. There was One Piece, and there was probably some others that I forgot. But Cowboy Bebop was one I just didn't see. I think maybe that was a really related.
Alright, get over here. I'm gonna heal you up.
Oh, thank you. Maybe it was just like a really late at night thing where I just wasn't able to go and see it, because again, as a kid, I wasn't able to stay up very long.
Yeah, one of the first animes I ever saw was the first Full Alchemist series. It was on Adult Swim.
Especially when I've been seeing a retrospective that people have been saying with anime, because then it just drove me how crazy it was. Like $20 or $30 just for like a 3 or 4 episode VHS set.
Oh,
holy
yeah,
crap.
that is insane. That is insane. That is insane.
Like, anime today, anime fans have it really good.
Yep.
Yeah, because I actually watched it with my sister on
speaking of, a bit of a shame that they're not, for Evangelion on Netflix, a bit of a shame they didn't get the same voice actors for, from both the rebuild and the original dub for Evangelion. But, yeah, I'm really happy that Evangelion is on Netflix. I strongly recommend it. But I still...
I heard a lot of good stuff on Evangelion, so I'll probably go watch that at some point.
Yeah, one of the things about Netflix that really annoys me is the subtitles doesn't match what is spoken in the dub. It's like, seriously? I know that
some of it can't be mistranslations. A lot of it also ends up being more creative choices.
No. And so like the subtitles for and what people say in the dub.
No, I know what you mean. With English dub thing ends up being changed though. I see this plenty of times. One that sticks out the most to me is in the Tournament of Power, where Professor Roshi is giving a sort of mini speech to his students, Goku and Krillin, where in the Japanese sub, he says, "Move well, play well, and eat well," or something of that sort. It says that the Kame style will be with you, whereas in the dub, he instead says, the turtle school will be with you always. So, like, usually minor ones, but there's been major ones.
Yeah, and it happens pretty often. It happened pretty often on Netflix. Like, seriously, this is really annoying.
The only one that was bad to me, I think I saw was like, I think it was actually Evangelion itself, where there was specifically one in the sub that mentions, that was mentioning the original sub, which was mentioning of a terrorist attack, and then I think on Netflix and Shinji to explicitly say a left-wing terrorist attack, which I saw a lot of people take issue with, and I'm like, yeah, because considering that wasn't the original thing said, I would take issue too.
Yeah, that's very specific. Don't know why. I'm not gonna make any assumptions like that's.
No, you could absolutely believe though it's a political grind because again, I mean, translators also have their own things and prejudices that they also have.
Fair point. Just want to make any assumptions.
Understood. But I'm saying, like, sure, maybe don't be eager to, but don't be unwilling to be able to draw that conclusion.
Fair point. All right, we should get a move on. You know, Rain.
Yeah. So that's why I was
saying, very interesting choice of words, translator. Not sure why you picked. Don't want to make assumptions. Just don't want to jump to the conclusions. Might be something.
Yeah, that's why it's
I think another thing that people take issue that in the original dub, I haven't actually gotten that far in either version of the dub, where Shinji says that he loves Kaoru. I am not good with names, especially foreign names. In the current version, it's I like you. Well, it really, I think. Yeah.
And this was something actually that Sean Schemmel mentioned. Sorry to interrupt that with that. Is also another reason for the changes can also be because the acting styles between America and Japan end up usually being different between the two
I was talking about different eras. Like I was actually talking about two different English dubs. That's one. Just want to point that out.
Oh yeah, there's also that too.
It was said that the current translation, the current dub, is said to be more faithful to is said to be more faithful to the Japanese script. Like,
right.
So in the original English dub, in the end of Evangelion, after Shinji masturbates to a comatose Asuka. No, I kid you not. In the previous English dub, he says, "I am so fucked up." In the Japanese translation and the current English dub, he says, "I'm the lowest of the low."
Okay.
Yeah, Evangelion went there.
Like, very caught me off guard there.
Yeah. You really should get ready for some of the themes in Evangelion. It can go places.
It sounds like it, and so I've been told that too.
Yeah. Just be prepared for any unexpected twists, like some of the twists, like the twists that you see, like you didn't see coming in The Last Jedi. Be prepared.
Sort of that sort of thing. Yeah, sure. I'm always up for that kind of stuff. Again, I'm kind of up for anything.
Most things.
There's a reason for me why I don't really end up usually saying that I consider something bad, because I also think that even if it doesn't appeal to me, I try to see as to how this could be appealing to other people around me.
Yeah, it appeals to a surprising amount of people, and I see two.
Listen up, I'm getting shot at.
All right. Oh boy, here it go, killing again.
Yeah, there's a person behind me.
Heads up, weapon it.
Shit.
Shit. Oh, that was fun.
Yeah. So that's usually what I end up usually doing, though. I'm not so much in the hyper anime watching mood. It's just that the My Hero movie was just so. I'm trying to keep thinking what's the word for it. It just like hooked me so well, though, which is kind of funny because, and this is actually one of the things why I retweeted that post that was saying about canon kind of killing storytelling, because a big critique I see of the movie is because the movie itself is not canon. It's basically its own thing.
Wait, the My Hero Academia movie is
not
canon?
The My Hero Academia Heroes Rising movie is not canon to the timeline, mainly just because where Deku is now, he can only use 20% of his power, whereas the end movie had him using 100% and be fine. Basically, to put into that is that the current quirk he inherited from All Might, he can only use a certain percentage of it while still being intact, whereas using 100% as he is now causes his body to basically be fucked up.
Like what happened to All Might?
All Might, basically, he ended up suffering a really bad injury from a villain called All for One.
Is that the one with like a hand literally palming his face?
A what?
Like a hand, like a disembodied hand, like palming his face.
No, that's Shigaraki. He's actually that's actually his disciple that you're thinking of. Although Shigaraki, he's really good, but damn, is he really creepy in a way that a villain should be. For that, there's some major shit you learn about him if you get into the show. But basically, All for One, which is actually his master, he ended up.
What is there a character called an All for One, One for All for One, like Three Musketeers?
Yeah, the quirk that All Might possesses is One for All, which is a subversion of the All for One quirk, which it was originally derived from. It basically allows him to pass on quirks to new people, or the only bit of force he can do is he can actually forcibly transfer it to somebody if he so chooses.
Oh, we're going to Mirage's
But the reason he had to transfer his is because I'm just going to this area. Is that in his battle with All for One, he ended up having a major injury which required surgery on his respiratory systems, and he lost his entire stomach, and it made it to where he could only be a hero 3 hours a day.
Wait, you said he lost his stomach?
That's him. Yeah, he lost his entire stomach.
How? I have a lot of questions. I'm not saying I don't believe this. Like, how? I just like wondering how he's be able to live like that. Like,
that's why he can only be a hero 3 hours a day. And even the muscle form you see, he mentioned that's him flex. Basically, it works to him like that.
His stomach removed. How does he eat? That's what I've been wrong.
He still does eat, but he says he can't drink.
So he can only eat solids.
Yeah, so he can eat food, he can drink water fine enough, but he can't drink alcohol.
Alright, that's fair. So soda's right out then?
Not sure, because honestly, he's not really shown drinking much of anything through much of it. And also, it leads to him to where when he's in his muscle form for too long, he frequently will cough out blood as well, though. Which is why he tries to keep his muscle form only to when he absolutely needs to. But by the end of Season 3, actually by around the beginning of Season 4, or late Season 3, I have to see where the episode landed, he actually had to forcibly retire because All for One extinguished within him and fully passed to his disciple Midoriya. So he officially had to retire by this point.
Oh, I feel sorry for him.
You should see that final fight, though. I would say, I know a lot of people say that the first season is slow, which I agree it is. But
yeah,
the first
every beginning really starts out slow. You can't blame anybody for taking their time.
But honestly, I feel like every first season of any show is more or less going to be slow.
Yeah,
because it has to set everything up.
World building, characters, you name it.
But I would say Season 2, it does really pick up, and definitely Season 3 onward is where it goes into full-on greatness at that point. It's freaking amazing.
Well,
or if you want to just skip straight to that stuff, then fine, you can just go to Season 2 and just simply look up whatever part that you're interested in. I mean, that honestly works fine enough for me, too.
I'll tell you the truth. I'm the person.
You're often the jump master, by the way. I just want to point that out.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, like honestly, it's just a show that's just one that I just can't stop gushing over because again, like I always just admit, superheroes are always the thing I'm the easiest target for. Yeah. Like that's why very often even defend other superhero movies that people think are bad a lot of the time. Because again, I just know what.
And I was wondering, so that's why Marvel resonates a lot more with people than say Star Wars. It's certainly in like outside the United States.
I mean, yeah, because Star Wars has mainly appealed to a Western audience, where often Eastern audiences just don't feel the same.
Yeah, they saw it all before. It's a bit of a shame, but.
Whereas Marvel is able to more or less touch into what everyone loves, even if it's not into the specifics, which is how you can have people love Captain America, even if their opinion of the actual United States is rather low.
Round 1, beginning ring countdown.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, that's quite impressive, though, when I think about it.
Yeah, and I think, like say Obama's president, I think people's opinions outside the United States of the country are higher, you know, with him around, because, you know, he's competent.
Who exactly?
Obama. He's like really competent. You know what I mean? For his, especially for his
Yeah,
aim.
I know. So that's always I would say from that why I could end up having that appeal for it though. But it turns out though the Japanese people or just really people who are more in the East in general just find themselves really loving their superhero stuff. So very much glad.
Yeah. Spider-Man's actually really popular in Japan.
I buy it. He had a whole TV show to himself there.
Yeah, back in the
I could buy
70s.
it.
Yeah, back in the 70s because he's a young character and for some reason, I wonder why youth is actually really youth is resonates a lot with Japanese people.
It's just because for a lot of people, high school was often a really big high point in their personal lives.
And
So the reason why Japanese-
Japan, that's something.
Yeah, for Japan. Honestly, for high schoolers in America, it's not really even that different from here, too. I mean, a lot of people often consider their peak to be in high school. I mean, even if they actually have done things that are better since, like they got jobs, families, etc. But, like, that gave them the sense of where they had the most amount of fun with the lowest amount of responsibilities, because that was me, basically.
Yep.
Because any of the extra fun I got as I got older, my responsibilities increased as well.
So
I had a job that
great
I had
power
to go to,
must
I had
also come with
school,
great
etc.
responsibility. Hey,
Whereas for a lot of people during that time, they didn't really have those responsibilities, so they could just go wild. Only restricted by whatever forces that they were behind them, i.e. things like money.
yeah, money, location, you name it.
So hence why high school is often why I think it's so popular in Japan. It's just because it's a time where for them it was the most fun because
Yeah,
because
and Japan really loves this
Japan is really bad.
hot-headedness, and young people tend to be stubborn.
Like, I remember Gaijin Goomba, a YouTuber I follow, also you link to him, he makes really good content, where he actually admitted, though, like, when he was teaching English in Japan, that there was often, like, you would be working 6 days a week, and there was also extra pressure to hang out with your colleagues afterwards to eat and drink after your work shift, which would be, like, even as, like, late into the night.
Yeah, and I thought game developers have it bad, but for everybody in Japan,
Like, that's also one of the reasons why dating and as well as also child rearing in Japan has been very low the past decade or so. Also because of these very insane work shifts, though, and a lot of Japanese people are just not willing to commit to relationships that they feel won't really last when they're actually working their shifts. It's why dating sims became so popular over there.
oh,
And honestly, when I learned that, I couldn't blame them.
yeah, sad, but you can't blame anybody, really, now I think about it.
I don't know. I don't really think I ever want to criticize someone for.
Yeah,
being a
that
dating
was
sim
actually
because-
mean. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's fine. I can understand where you're coming from with that. I'm just not one to really want to judge people on that front because
Yeah,
when
I didn't
you
mean
desire
to be
love-
judged. I didn't mean to comment as a judge.
No, I
I'm
know
sorry.
you didn't. I'm just saying I'm just rambling on this one because it's just that adolescence love is a very personal topic for me, one that I am very passionate about. So it's like
Yeah.
when
Oh,
people
speaking
try to
speaking
find love
dating,
through that-
how was your girlfriend?
I was what?
Do you have a how's your girlfriend?
Oh, I don't have one. Actually.
Oh, I thought you did.
separate-
I thought you did.
No, it was just a friend that I mentioned before though. She's one though. She's doing well though right now.
Okay,
though.
that sounds good.
Just tried to, message her though to see how she's holding up with this whole coronavirus thing. Just
Hey,
waiting
you're
for a
in
response there.
you're in Florida. Yeah, my brother
Yeah.
told me that Florida.
We're on lockdown in the state right now.
Yeah, you had it pretty
it's
bad
not
there.
like a full-on lockdown. Like there aren't like cops going on the street like looking like you better stay in your house. We're not that level yet, but there is talk of actually escalating there.
Oh God, yeah.
So that's why we're just going there. Honestly, that's why I even like got
Yeah,
myself.
to be honest, I
just so can,
I really want
hold
like
on.
I want this whole thing to be over as soon as possible. It's just like, to be honest, it's just
Trust me, like I'm being stressed out on this because of like, especially for my job, and it really sucks because I was going to graduate in April, Actually, no, in May though, and I would have been the first person on my mom's side to graduate, and I'm not going to be able to do that because of this virus. It's going to be like a very makeshift.
Not only would I blame again Trump's incompetence, Trump and his administration's incompetence, but also China and their unwillingness.
China's their suppression of information.
Their unwillingness to be transparent until it's too late. Yeah, I'm talking about the Chinese government. I'm talking
Trump
about
handling this as bad as he is, though.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Sorry, we got into a little bit of politics, but it's really affecting everybody. Everybody and everything.
I mean, yeah. Like, I may very soon have to go and file for unemployment, and even then.
Yeah, my stepbrother's already doing that, or at least already did that.
Like, I don't think I'm able to right now because I still am getting paychecks from Universal, so I don't think I'm eligible for it.
Yeah.
But if the 19th rolls around and they say, like, hey, we're not paying for you guys after that point because there's just no money left, like, even our CEOs...
My brother, my brother is fortunate enough to be an essential worker, but not my stepbrother, who's basically who's basically going to be living on unemployment benefits. He'll be fine. He'll be back to his job as soon as this thing ends. It's...
Like, at least, yeah, with Universal, like, once this whole thing eventually blows over, like, I will still have my job when I go back, but the problem could be that they may not be paying me anymore because there's just no money left. Like, even the CEOs of Universal, they donated 100% of their salaries to give us paychecks.
Yeah, and Disney, too. And Disney, too.
And Bob Iger and Disney and the Disney CEOs did the same exact thing.
Everybody's, like, filling in the void that, you know, Trump left behind. It's like, that is both impressive and sad.
So it's like, honestly, because even with that, I don't think it's going to be enough.
Yeah, my brother actually pointed out that that this fiasco with the coronavirus is likely going to be his death knell. Very likely it's going to be his death knell.
So for that, though, it's... I'm sorry?
Yeah, my brother have said that this fiasco with the coronavirus, it's likely going to be his death knell, if you get what I mean. Not like in a literal sense that it's going to kill him, but it's going to, like, put his political career to an abrupt end by the time the election comes up.
Who knows? Honestly, I truly wish I knew.
And my brother saw a lot of things coming, so I take her word for it.
So it's just with all that though, because yeah, definitely has led to some stress though. That's why I'm even drinking Mountain Dews though, like even way more than I really should be.
Really
just
should
because
be?
the fact that it like well, because like because the fact that Mountain Dew has a lot of sugar, so I try to limit myself to one.
Oh,
and there were times
yeah,
I had two of them.
There's a zero sugar version of Mountain Dew. I recommend you try that.
Yeah, but those don't taste very good to me.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I had like a total of like 4 bottles of that, and can't say I recommend it for everybody.
Like, if I were to be drinking that, it would be like okay, this is like maybe gonna hold me over though, unless I have the real thing. But yeah, it's just the no sugar one.
And because of the coronavirus, I had a bit of a hard time finding myself to write. It's kind of sad, really.
Understandable there as well. It's why, like, in a sense, though, I don't really like that a lot of people have been refer to this as if, like, oh, like, this is a free time. This is like free time for people.
No, it's very stressful, and it's like it's very demoralizing, very depressing. It's not the end of the world. We've been through worse: Cold War, World War I, World War II. But the coronavirus pandemic,
like,
and in the competent leader,
we're going to be going most likely into a global recession, probably like well into this year. And I know we're getting into politics, but since Trump has to rely on a good economy, and without that, he's probably toast. So who fucking knows, though?
To
see how it goes there.
Nice.
So that's why, like, yeah, definitely some stress for me there.
Hey, good job, by the way. Good job. Holy crap.
Thanks. Yeah, it's at least I'm holding at least well though. Unlike because I know like Jennifer Schools, for instance, who I've been seeing her and where she has been open at how this has been very strongly affecting her mental health. how like she's on breakdowns and cried though because like she very desperately doesn't like being indoors because she says it reminds her of her when she was abused in a prior
who are you talking about? Just curious.
And so her being stuck indoors reminds.
Who are you talking about?
Huh?
Who are you talking about? Just
Jennifer Stroll. She's a developer at Arena. I think it was ArenaNet, where she's just a lead developer there. I just saw her because Jesse Lon retweeted some of her stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, she seems real cool. I'll follow her. And so like she's been very open how the coronavirus has been very affecting for her because she's been very open about a prior abusive relationship that she was in, and so because she's stuck in the house in her apartment, it's been very straining on her mental health because that very abusive.
Oh, careful! They burned down the door. Literally, they burned down the door. Somehow, like
so for her, it's like fuck. Like I can't even imagine being in that situation.
Yeah, I mean... Ah, shit. I got the smoke bat ski! What could go wrong?
So I'm saying, like, at least for me, though, I'm still holding it pretty well together. While I think some of it is psychotic and antidepressant, in general, it's just I'm just trying to keep, at least from where I'm standing, the best mind I can on this stuff, because no one's going to be helped if I go freaking out over anything.
Yeah, like I said, we've been through worse, worse than the coronavirus, but and the competent leadership is not helping anybody. Holy shit.
So yeah, there's not going to be any benefit to me, like freaking out or anything, so hence why I just try to keep that up, though. But when I see people like Jennifer being open with her struggles. I've seen Cliff Belinsky also mention that because he's a very social person and he's admitted that this isolation has been really hurting his mental health though and sending him into angry episodes as well though. So it's like, shit, I'm glad that's not me, but I'm not going to be able to blame anyone who has that.
Yeah,
because,
it's
like
it's absolute shit show. And I know I'm repeating this like constantly, but we're getting through this, and surprisingly, people doing. I think people out in the United States have been doing a pretty good job. Hey, you left the party. Hey, you left the game. Are you done for?
It said the server shut down.
Give me a second. I got it. Okay, let me get back into the game. It's been doing that for some reason. I don't know why. And like some people, like one of my family relatives, blame this whole thing on bureaucracy, and it's like we have the exact opposite of that problem. Of that is happening because back in 2018, Trump has gotten rid of a pandemic response team because it's not as like. It's not financially beneficial.
I'm sorry.
You know about this pandemic response team that that we used to have. Yeah, he got rid of that back in 2018.
Yeah, I actually remember that. Saw a lot of people talking about it.
And it's like, oh, that's good. And everyone's like, oh, this can't end well. Let's do trios this time.
Definitely won't. So yeah, that's why from it though, even though with all that shit going in, just again trying to keep my head up, trying to make sure to
that's what everybody's doing.
Again, not freak out. That's not a thing.
Yeah, I'm not freaked out, but I was worried about my brother. Like he was in the hospital last week. We all thought he had.
Oh, definitely. I'd be freaking out too. Heck,
yeah, he was. He was tested. He was tested. But turned out negative. So my mother believed that he may have some symptoms. But on the other hand, my brother. Well, I can hear him making some noises, and he's doing all right, like making funny noises.
Well, that's good news at least, because yeah, I mean,
funny as like haha.
Who?
Continue.
Yeah, so where my grandfather has plenty of his own health issues, even way before the coronavirus came up, where like even when he goes to hospitals, it's always like very nerve-wracking when it's there though. So at least since he's in the house though, it at least keeps him safe, but unfortunately he also doesn't like being cooped up in the house.
Yeah.
very much evolved.
I feel
So,
like
yeah.
when I feel cooped up in the house, well, I had this tendency to just like walk around, you know, trying to have some semblance of a normal life.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't really affect my daily life, but since you know I'm living on disability and I'm waiting for my $1,200 check, by the way. Sorry if it sounded selfish. Just
Yeah.
like, $1,200. I had to be honest. It just sounds
Well, at least
tempting.
I just
Well, at least it's good enough, though, that at least you can have that, though. I mean, certainly is really good, though, anyway. So yeah, that's what as I said, I'm just hoping that this will all just, be good, though, and just hope for the best, all that.
Yeah. That's.
This will probably be my last match,
Yeah.
and then I'll probably, log off for the day.
Yeah. I'll see if anyone is on. Okay. I got plenty of people on. I'm just. It's
Yeah, definitely try to see if Gamer Over 30 if he can show up for the next week's stream though. Just that way.
yeah.
we just
Next
have,
Wednesday as usual.
I say we
Yeah,
land here.
at the same time.
Same bad time, same bad channel.
Yeah. So yeah, because again, I always just like having him on though. He's just a really fun guy to talk to, especially with
Yeah.
all the gaming stuff though. Because I just like
Oh,
hearing his takes.
by the way, have you enjoyed your game with the your D&D game with the other people that I've DM'd to? Not sure what the right word is, but yeah, you told me on Facebook that you really enjoyed the time playing D&D.
Yeah, it was really fun though. I really enjoyed it. It was something
Yeah.
that really broke up the. Because like my day is honestly something where it's like kind of boring though, but also there's like such a huge array of choice in like what I have. So like there's also that paralysis of it, and the
Yeah, you
D&D
might
stuff just allowed me to like break that.
Yeah, there's going to be a bit of choice paralysis since you're going as a battle master. That means you pick your maneuvers. You at third level you pick as a battle master. You get 3 maneuvers of your choice. If you need help on that, I can give you some recommendations.
Trust me, if there's anything that's new that I haven't been exposed to, my immediate answer is always to get help.
Yeah, it's your first time playing D&D in a friendship hat, so I don't blame you. Yeah, you can go like
it's just this D&D stuff often is fun, but it also feels very complicated, and I'm sure that for you it's probably pretty simple and all this.
Yeah, I've been playing D&D on the side since 2005.
Oh shit, that's a long time.
Yeah, well, yeah. 2000, yeah, definitely 2005, 3.5. We call that because officially it's called the revised 3rd edition, but most people call it 3.5. Yeah, it's been mostly D&D with a bit of a like World of Darkness on the side.
Friends, take a look over.
Understood.
Right. Does anybody have a weapon? I forgot to get a weapon. I need.
Nope.
There we go. Weapon over here. Oh, Shadow, right here.
Body shield here. Level 1.
Yeah, again, it's unfortunate that Rosa has left the D&D campaign, and I might have to add in the possibility of one of the other player,
Yeah,
tilted,
really
tilted, having
seem pretty cool, but
tilted might be leaving because you know they might be getting back to work on
I
Saturdays.
could use that.
It's yeah, but I'm hoping that they Tilted might stick around because Stock Flare is a very it's a very fun character.
definitely.
Great. Oh yeah, since I'm Pathfinder, I can like do this. Do you think I'm supposed to use 2004 stuff? I was worried about that.
Check your mini-map.
Wait, what?
That I speak too fast as a DM, especially when I get excited or nervous.
No, I think you speak fine.
Yeah, because Oh shit! We got a Bloodhound somewhere. Hey, have you seen the animated backstory for Bloodhound when they were
I
young?
have not yet.
It looks it's held up. It's really good. Shit, I might be out soon.
Hey, if it's anything like the Overwatch short as well, then yeah, it's actually be
It's very much like that.
Giving my shields a recharge.
Looks like
being shot from 2 angles.
sounds like you got bangled.
Pretty much.
Got our
Two
friend's banner.
seriously, 2 Bangalores. That's cheap. That's like double cheap.
Copy that.
Right. And over there, hopefully we'll get shot out of the way. Interesting. There's like 2 respawn stations not far from each other. Oh, this is excellent timing. This is excellent timing. That means there's gonna be a care package nearby. Excellent.
Body shield here. Level 1.
All right. Nothing over there. I got this.
R301 here.
Hey, if you need a R301, it's right over there. I'm gonna check out that care. I'm gonna check out that care package. I'm keeping a weapon out. Nice. I got up at the perfect timing and got stuck a little. Oh yes, I got the Mastiff shotgun. Ow! Oof. Oh, I guess that's
Yeah, I got killed too.
yes, same. All right, so like you said, you're pretty much done.
Yeah, done for this one though. But as I said, we'll definitely be returning next Tuesday. We'll be streaming 8 o'clock Eastern, or just whatever time you need to. But just keep in mind, between 6 p.m. to 7:45 p.m. Eastern, I won't be available because I'll be in class.
All right, so next Tuesday, like you said.
Yes.
All right, so it's been fun, and I appreciate you.
Yeah, definitely.
And we just hope that we go through this. If only I have trying time. If only I have an egg for this.
All right then. So yeah, as I said, we'll definitely play next week though. But this time we'll be playing Fallout 76 Wastelanders. And then
I'm definitely looking forward to that. Definitely looking forward to that.
Really excited. All right, so I'll leave it at that, and then I'll play with you next week.
Yeah, same. Dudo. All right. Have a good night, everybody.